Hey guys, Tim here, and today we're going to do the #1 modification that you should do to any car, whether it's an old classic car, I mean chances are it's already been done, or a brand new car that you've got on finance and you just want some cheap credit card mods because your A1 doesn't look cool enough. Well, here we are, we've got the Jetta behind me. It's just starting to rain, even though it doesn't look it behind me. It's blue there, it's grey there, so we need to get this in the barn and have a look at what we've bought for the Jetta today. That's right, within a couple of big black and orange boxes, I've got the key to upgrading this car to improve it 100%. That's right, in here we've got everything. We've got some brand new Bilstein shock absorbers for the front and of course the rear, along with everything else. We've got spring caps, we've got top mounts, literally front and back, everything. We've got the lot. And for the springs, we've gone with a set of H&R springs. So I just need to get in Sam's unit because he's got a spring compressor to do this. But when I look around, Sam is actually up to some barn-based shenanigans, pushing an old MR2 with his truck. Now these have a weird little nut in these top mounts, so you need a special tool. You can get it from Sealy, or you can try with pliers, but it didn't really work. Or you can chop up a socket. What do you think we did? That's right, Sam got the grinder out, hacked up an old socket, and it worked like a dream. Straight in there. Steve, say hello. Oh, now you want to sit in the box. Now, with those built up, it's time to get them on the car. Don't worry, we're not going to go through a full how to fit suspension. There's plenty of good videos out there. Now, it looks like the suspension on here probably is from the late 80s, early 90s. It may have been swapped out mid 90s, I don't know. But in here, we've got a set of J-Mex shocks. The shocks themselves look in pretty good condition. It could just be that the springs are a bit weak, but do you know what? We're going to do the lot. If we change these, it'll be good for another 10 years. Now, if you do want to try this on your own car, I'll leave a link in the description to the parts that we used. And there's also a referral code for AutoDoc that will give you £10 off your first order. So obviously it's worth downloading the app, using the referral code to get yourself a tenner. And they don't just do parts for Mark II Golfs, they do parts for all makes. So go and check it out. And it really is just 3 bolts to do that. Well, you've got the 4 for the wheel, but that's it. Now, obviously, with this one on, I've got to go and do the other 3. And then with that done, we need to get a wheel alignment on this car. Now, as it wasn't just suspension that Monkey complained about at the National Meet last year. That's right, Monkey, this is all because of you. Yeah, we still got brakes.
I'm surprised.
So what we've done is we've also got a set of brake pads as well. So while the wheel is off and the car's in the air, I may as well swap these as well. Now, look at the pads. Certainly got my money's worth out of these. As you can see, we've got the old ones and the new ones. Now, bearing in mind, GTI pads are thinner anyway. You can see these ones have clearly had a lot of use. Not the worst I've seen, but not a bad time to change them. Now, back in the car, I want to take it easy because it could do with a wheel alignment and I've got to bed these pads in. So it's a gentle drive back home. I could do with a shower because frankly, I am disgusting. And then in the morning, we will take this to go and get the wheel alignment done. Now, it's probably way too early to tell, but even just taking it easy, driving it back, the suspension feels great. It doesn't feel wallowy, it feels really tight in the corners. I'm really looking forward to getting this wheel alignment done because then I can really chuck it into these corners and I think I'm really going to see the difference. Right, it's crazy early the next morning, but we've got to get this done first thing. So it's time to get in the Jetta and get this wheel alignment done. Now, as well as it needing the alignment, I've noticed that the alternator belt squeaks. And seeing as it is like just about 7 o'clock in the morning, this might be a bit antisocial for my neighbours, so let's hope it stays quiet. Oh, do you know what? That's not bad. I'll take that. Right, let's get on the road. Now I know what you're thinking. Tim, why did you get up so early to do this? Well, it's because this week it is the Mark II Owners Club National Meet up at Kerborough Sprint Circuit. That's right, I've got to get this car ready for that. I always leave it last minute, I don't know why. Maybe I should spend more time in the barn. But look, it's the National Meet this weekend, so by the time this video goes live, actually, I'm probably going to be on my way there. So if you're going to the National Meet, say hello, give us a wave. I'll be out on track on the Saturday in this Jetta, so you can see how these suspension changes handle on track. I'm hoping it's going to be all right. I mean, look, last year I was about 31, 32 seconds. It will show that by just upgrading your brakes and suspension, they are a great modification that you can do to your car. And let's be honest, fitting a new set of brake pads is just routine maintenance. It's not even a modification. I'm going to also get my brake fluid changed because let's face it, when was the last time you had your brake fluid changed? Have you ever had your brake fluid changed? It's one of those things that after so many years, I think it's like 5 or 7 years, it's not as long as you'd think. It actually starts to absorb water, I believe, as it breaks down. But what that means is that your brakes are just not as good as they should be. So if you haven't done it in the last few years, get your brake fluid changed. It will make a massive difference. So time to crack this off, drain out of the old oil. It's nice and warm. And then we're good to change over the filter and then top it back up again. So we've got the new filter, just lubricating the seal before it goes back on. And then we just stick it back in after lubricating the seal. So that's the oil changed on the Jetta. Just got the brakes to bleed. As I say, it's gonna make a massive difference bleeding those brakes because that fluid, I haven't changed it since I've had it. We're gonna get on with that. And look, we've got this behind me. Yeah, you might recognize it. It's back out, but I'll tell you more about that later. So just having a look at the color of that. That probably shouldn't be as dark as that. So that's the color it should be. With the pressure bleeder attached, it's time to jack this up and then just crack off the bleed nipples one by one until nothing but clean fluid is coming out. Also, we swapped over the alternator belt and that's it. I don't know what's more impressive, the view or the ride quality on this Jetta now. That's right, I've found some B roads, blasted around those just to test it out before I make my way to Kerbera. So absolutely, changing the suspension on this has completely transformed the car, along with some other bits and pieces, some general maintenance to make sure this car is absolutely perfect and drives fantastic. So again, like I've said, suspension, the first mod you should consider. It's easy, it's simple, and it makes the biggest difference. And even if you go for big power, you're still going to need to do your suspension. With that in mind, I need to get back in the car, I need to get back home, I need to pack this thing and get off to Kerbera for the national meet. So look guys, if you're at the national meet, I will see you there. If not, I'll see you on the next one.